Order the member for Mount Waverley.
Thank you, Acting Speaker, and I rise to speak, as everyone else has, on the Local Government Bill 2019, and I'm looking forward to some very good contributions for the rest of the day. I know the member for Bayswater is chomping at the bit to get up and have a few words on this big daddy of a bill. I'd like to thank the previous members, obviously, for their contributions, and I will come back to the member for Syndham's couple of points, and of course the member for Mordialloc always has a special take on these very important legislation. So I must actually thank the Minister for Local Government for the huge amount of work that has gone in from his office, department, all involved. 4 years of consultation working alongside Council to ensure that this bill provides the new Local Government Act that we all require. Now, as some have mentioned before me, the Local Government Bill 2019 is one of our biggest reforms in 30 years. So that was 1989, and the member Essen has left the Assembly, but I know he likes a good history lesson, so I did a little bit of a look. 1989 was the year that Joan Kirner was our first female Deputy Premier, so that's pretty good. It was also the year that the first GPS satellite was launched, so we've changed a little bit. Probably not in Mount Waverley, Acting Speaker, but I'm sure it looks down on us and we can all drive around and Siri tells us where to go. So it was the last year of the VFL, and I think anyone who loves the Hawks like I do fondly remembers the 1989 grand final, possibly not some of the Geelong supporters like yourself, Acting Speaker. And 1989 was such a good year that even Tay-Tay named an album after it. So how's that? There's a bit of history for us. This bill is part of one of our commitments that the Andrews government made in 2015 in the Ministerial Statement on Local Government to create a modern Local Government Act, and it just shows us another aspect of our government delivering on what we say we're going to do, everywhere from level crossing removals, suburban rail loops underway. We're down at Glen Waverley, North East Link. The member for Bayswater is always telling us the great news about that. And we all know how much local government contributes to our communities, and they help deliver vital and valued local services. Now, I was lucky enough to have a pop-up office last weekend at Hamilton Place, which is in my district of Mount Waverley. And the new Mayor of Monash, Councillor Stuart James, joined me, and we were able to have both two levels of government working side by side to address the issues of constituents. It was a very great morning. We also were lucky enough to have the federal member for Chisholm. Her office was there as well. So it was very good to see three levels. Now, unfortunately, the member herself had a meeting and couldn't attend, but I think it's great to see that our three levels of government work side by side, sometimes across the divide. And I know when you look at the Prime Minister obviously coming down to Victoria to see all the building we're doing and getting involved in that, that's very encouraging as well. So,
Order. The member for Gippsland East on point of order.
Speaker, I'm aware that this has been quite a wide-ranging debate, but community forums with the federal member of Parliament and the local mayor have absolutely no relation whatsoever to the content of this bill, not the content of the structure of the local government bill. A community forum, I would urge you to bring him back to addressing the bill, which I don't think he's done in the first 5 minutes.
Well, I don't uphold the point of order at this time, but I'll continue to listen attentively to the member for Mount Waverley as he continues to contribute to the local government bill.
Thank you, Acting Speaker. And I think regarding the Mayor, if I can just address some of the point tried to be made there. Regarding the Mayor, there is a part of this bill that addresses the remuneration of that said Mayor, and I think he would probably think that's very relevant. So look, I will move on because there's a lot to cover. So look, as a daddy to three kids, my kids, Soph, Linz and Sam, I understand the importance of relationships between our local government and the services they provide, whether they be community kinders or men's sheds, many services, and I served on a local community kinder for 2 years and had a lot to do with the local council at that stage. Now, they deliver our vital services. So the bill's 5 key aims are to improve better financial management with local government, provide stronger local democracy and ensure accountability to the community, create clear behaviour and stronger mechanisms to address poor conduct for councillors, and I think we've all got some eyebrow raised at the moment, reinstall confidence in the community through reforms to the election process and candidate requirements, and define the relationships between state and local governments and the community. So why do we need a new Act? Well, I think the member for Syndham brought up some examples previously about Geelong Council, Melbourne City Council, and unacceptable conduct. The current Local Government Act, when introduced, we had 210 councils and more than 2,000 councillors compared to its current size of 79. The current Act has undergone hundreds of individual amendments and expanded to 4 times its size. And we are a government that listens, and we've been listening that this change is needed, and we're providing it. Of course, changes to such an integral part of our community have taken a massive amount of work. And the member for Hawthorn discussed the consultation that an understanding of that consultation is bipartisan, which is good to see. Although I will say that the member Paran was saying something about younger voters. Now, I'm mindful that he didn't say how young, so I don't know if he wants my 5-year-old Sammy to be voting for the council election. I would think that's a bit of a stretch. If we start getting the kids to voting, I note that the member for Croydon, I believe, said earlier he has 7 children. And I mean, well, if they can all vote, that's your own swing right there. So, well done. You could. You pre-select yourself. So, if the councillors don't uphold standards set out for them, there'll be repercussions. And importantly, this bill expands the definition of serious misconduct. So I just want to talk a little bit about single-member wards, because this is about representation. There are examples in the Great Council of Monash where you will see some councillors who have issues that they are specifically focused on to the detriment of their own citizens that they represent. And so they spend all their time across all the council on very niche issues. Now, I don't have a problem with councillors being focused on specific issues, but they must represent the people that have voted them in. And so I think the single-member wards as a default structure is a better idea, because it ensures better grassroots democracy. Now, I'd just like to, if I can bear the indulgence on this last little voicing for the year, I would like to do a shout out for people who do work in the Municipality of Monash in my office, my staff, John, Rachel, Caitlin, Alex and Josh. We couldn't have got here without you. Thank you so much, and thank you to all my friends and family. I will wish them all and the council and the local government a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah and Happy Holidays, and so I'll get back on the bill. These reforms are about creating a new and stronger relationship between councils and their communities that we're all a part of. Reforms in this space have been a long time coming, and I'm proud to be part of a government that's getting it done. Thank you to my local council for all their hard work they do and the many services they provide. It is a very sincere thanks to the outgoing Mayor of Monash, Shane McCluskey, Councillor Shane McCluskey, and also I know that the new Mayor will be working strongly. Our local government is an important, very important part of our democracy. The legislation that works for the structure of the local government is just as important, and I commend the bill to the House.